Hello, good people of YouTube, Mountbatten here, and if you're seeing this video, well, I still don't have internet/power. For those of you that don't know, I do live on the Gulf Coast, and where I'm currently at is on the very edge of the hurricane force weather. Currently, right now, we are just expected to get severe tropical force winds, storms, and actually we're supposed to get a whole lot of storm surge, which is basically water coming onto land. Right now we're projected to get about 8 to 12 feet of water within about 2 miles of actually it's supposed to be beyond my house, but where I live at we have a levee system that hopefully will survive the storm and hold back about 12 feet of water that's supposed to go about 30 miles inland. So hopefully that hasn't happened, but if this video is up, I don't have internet still, and this is one of the last pre-recorded videos I have up, so this will be interesting. Anyway, here is ranked sprint right now, and this is actually the match I needed in order to rank out. So I'm here in Palmer in the Tier 9 Premium German Battleship. I still have my normal German Battleship build on it, which is a full secondary build with manual fire secondaries, AFT, BFT, Superintendent, Adrenaline Rush, MLG turrets, preventive maintenance, and did I mention Adrenaline Rush? Because it's got Adrenaline Rush on it as well. Anyway, and of course full secondary module spec as well. So we are facing a Friesland, a Georgia, and another Palmer, and I have on my team an Izumo and a Yugamo. So quite an interesting matchup. They have a Friesland, which is basically a machine gun that floats. Georgia, which is, well, it's Iowa with 6 18-inch guns and can go about 40 knocks. And Palmer, which is a GK Junior. Palmer has 12 15-inch guns. And secondaries that are about the same as FGGs. They are a little bit less accurate from my experience, at least. And, of course, like you're witnessing here, torpedoes and hydroacoustic search. So there were some torpedoes at that Friesland smoke in case he gets brave and wants to pop his head on out. Set my secondaries to shoot at the Georgia when she appears beyond this island. And this Palmer is basically charging right on in. Izumo's stopped at the edge of the cap circle. I'm guessing just to, well, it looks like he's chewing at the Georgia too, at least. The thing about the Georgia is that in order to get that 40 knot top speed with its speed boost, it does give up a lot in the armor department, so Georgia's pretty chunky. So I aim at the turrets of this Palmer and hope to knock him out. Don't do that, but I get a bunch of overpins, and I think that one pin was a turret pin. And I get a couple secondary hits off on the Palmer. Oh, and I am using Lucians on my Palmer, so when I hit 100 secondary hits, his secondary armament talent pops off, and that gives me another 15% decrease to the load time of the secondary guns on the Palmer, so that makes them even faster. Detected by hydroacoustic search, of course, it's the Palmer that's right there. And they know I'm going up to this island, so that Georgia quickly turns around and decides not to pursue his alternative course. They go undetected until I proximity detect the Georgia, and his secondaries are going off on the Yugamo. So I stop from going around this corner because now I'm proximity detecting the Palmer, who's more than likely waiting for me to come around the corner and launch his torpedoes. Just as I'm waiting for this Georgia to come around the corner so I can launch my torpedoes at this Georgia. So Georgia unfortunately takes out the Yugamo right there. Still coming, still coming, still coming. And then he turns hard over right here. I stop just in time because you can see that other Palmer, and he is waiting for me to come around that corner and let me have his torpedoes. Get my rear turrets off on the Georgia. Get about, well, I only get one pin for 3,800 damage. The other 4 shells that hit bounced. Georgia's now turning hard over because he doesn't want to face the Izumo. And then just like that, ladies and gentlemen, I am 1 versus 3 with a half health Georgia and almost full health Palmer and a full health Friesland to chew through. And I need to win this match in order to rank out. So I'll let my torpedoes go at that Georgia. Now, they have been detected by the other Palmer's hydroacoustic search, so the Georgia knows these are coming. Thankfully, he is showing me full broadside right there, and I get a pretty decent chunk out of him right there with 12,000 damage, 4 overpins and 4 pins. And he, despite all the Georgia's speediness and such, he cannot stop in time. There's that secondary armament expert talent. So now my secondary guns reload 15% faster. And he eats 1 torpedo on the nose right there. Now think about the Friesland. It's a Pan-Euro DD, but it does not have torpedoes. But it can gun me down quite quickly because it does have pretty decent AP. And it's got about a 2-second reload on its main battery guns. Even less if he has a if he has adrenaline rush. He comes around the corner. Ooh, I get the Georgia right there. He comes around the corner and starts to gun me. Now, I do not know if he noticed that I had hydroacoustic search up, because I believe his plan was to come around the corner, get a couple of shots on me, distract me, and then pop his smoke screen. But my hydroacoustic search is still running. Now, fortunately, too, that Pomeran, I'm assuming he was planning on engaging our Yugamo. He had HE loaded, so he hits my stern with a bunch of HE, so thankfully it doesn't do too much damage. Friesland's getting chewed through. He goes undetected from my hydro, but I still manage a blind shot to finish him off. So now it's myself and a Pomeran with about 60,000 health against another Pomeran with 73,000 health. So I quickly turned that 3v1 into a 1v1. And I'm moving right now because I believe he's coming around the corner to try and torpedo me. So I'm trying to get my bow facing toward him when I would shove my hand through my face right now. That's how I feel after I realized what mistake I'd made here. 3 torpedoes. There goes my entire health advantage right there. Plus I'm flooding and my damage con's on cooldown. And then I get detected, broadside onto the Pomeran. He still has HE loaded and shoots my broadside with HE. That saved me right there. But however, I now have 2 fires and a flood on my Pomeran. Damage con's on cooldown and my heal's on cooldown. And he still has well over 20,000 more health than me and a Pomeran in a close-in fight. Now, I do manage to get into the cap circle right here because they do have about a 500 point lead on my team right now. So I'm now in the cap circle down to 2,000 health and capping this cap, detected by this man's hydro. So naturally, if I don't want to die, I do pop my heal right there, thankfully. I need to get my stern facing toward him, that way he cannot blat my broadside, because even just 1 or 2 shells is more than enough to finish me off, even now at like 8,000 health. So I'm also trying to avoid beaching onto this island. Then here he comes full around the corner. He's got AP loaded now. Thankfully, I'm angled enough to where it just bounces and does, I think, just some overpins. Give him my rear 2 turrets for 14k. He still has over 30,000 hit health advantage over me. I'm down to 12,000 health now, too, and his secondaries are threatening to set a fire with each shell hit. There's his torpedoes. My hydroacoustic search is back up now, and I pop it to keep tabs on him. Now, his hydro is up as well. So I still need more time to try and recover more health in order to take this man on. So I'm waiting for him to get close to the edge of this island. And my plan is to launch torpedoes, so he will see them, so he will stop and buy me some more time in order to get another heal off, so that I can face him on more equal terms. So I'm waiting, and dropping them now. I'm hoping that he'll turn hard left into the island to stop at least. But you may notice he's not stopping. He does start to turn right here, but it's not enough. And those middle 2 torpedoes are so close that I get a hit on his bow. Give him my full broadside. He's down to 750 health. Pops his heal. Goes back up to 2,400 in an instant. My secondaries are on them, but they got to turn. And his secondaries are on me. Starts to fire. I immediately put it out. I'm at 5,000 health. He's at 5,000 health. My heal's up in 1 second. I tactically beach myself to where I am a fortress. Pop my heal. And he has kind of a good angle on my broadside. I considered aiming for his turret, but then I decided to go for his conning tower, get a 5,000 pin out of that. And he's regaining health, I'm regaining health, my secondaries are going off. Now he's bowing, which means his secondaries cannot shoot at me, but my secondaries can sure enough shoot at him and start a fire, get him ticking down, and here we go. Whew! Talk about a final match for this ranked season, ladies and gentlemen. That was my final ranked match, and it was an absolute doozy. Had to 1v3 it. And, man, I got lucky with a lot of the decisions that the enemy team made, and just being in the Pomeran allowed me to thankfully pull off that win, because without those secondaries, without the fires they were setting, I would not have won that for sure. And it was really close several times and could have gone either way right there. But anyway, guys, I thought you guys would enjoy seeing that replay and seeing just what a blast this ranked sprint season has been for me. I've really been enjoying it. Anyway, guys, again, this is one of the last pre-uploaded videos I have. I think I have one or two more after this. But hopefully by now, because this should be Tuesday or Wednesday of of next week, internet and power should have been restored to my town. I would hope so, at least. But anyway, guys, well, I hope to see you guys in the next one, if there is a next one, but hope you're having a wonderful day, and hope to catch you guys later.